21. Monstera Albo Variegata is an extremely rare houseplant and have a high price tag because of their rarity and popularity. I have owned these stunning plants for some time now, and so I have extensively researched into the growing tips. I'll share everything you need to know about growing Monstera Variegata in this guide, along with the care tips to grow them easily. Today, let us look at the light, temperature, water, humidity, fertilizer requirements for growing this plant. Light. The variegated monstera version loves bright, indirect sunlight. To keep its variegation bright and plentiful, provide your Monstera alba with lots of bright, indirect light. Providing the plant with the correct amount of sunlight will help to promote the variegation process. The best location for this plant is to keep it near a south facing window. This will allow light to shine through while also being filtered. Keep in mind that poor lighting condition could cause the much loved variegation to fade. In addition, too bright light can burn the white areas of the leaves much quicker. Finding the right balance is key to ensuring the Monstera variegata thrives. At least 6 to 7 hours of filtered light is recommended. It is important to keep these plants out of direct sunlight as the variegated parts of their leaves are extra sensitive to sunburn. If Monstera albos do not get enough light, they will start to lose their variegation. So ensure that they get enough indirect sunlight. Next, let's look at the water requirements. Alba variegata should only be watered when the soil starts to dry. Use a stick to check the soil for wetness. Insert the stick a few inches into the soil. If it feels wet or moist, wait a few days and check again. If the soil feels dry, water the plant deeply. You may need to water the Alba variegata once a week during its active growing season. Regularly checking the soil dryness will help ensure enough water without overwatering the plant. These tropical plants are susceptible to root rot if overwatered. So it's so important to let the soil dry slightly between waterings. Allow the top 1 to 2 inches of soil to dry and then water well, allowing the excess water to drain from the pot's drainage holes. Next, let's look at the temperature requirements. Keep your variegated monstera in a warm and draft-free place in the home. Any temperatures between 20 to 30 degrees Celsius is good, providing the temperature does not dip lower than 18 degrees Celsius. Furthermore, make sure the plant stays away from areas with dramatic temperature fluctuations, such as near doors or air vents. These extreme highs and lows can stress the plant, resulting in poor health. Keep in mind that the minimum temperature for this plant is 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Anything below that temperature will kill the plant. As with other plants in the Monstera genus, the albo does best in warm temperatures, ideally between 65 to 80 degrees Fahrenheit. This makes it well suited to indoor growing, although it can also be grown outdoors during the summer. Soil. A rich, loose, and well draining soil mix is important for Monstera. A mixture of equal parts of potting soil, perlite, and orchid bark is ideal for this tropical plant. This soil mixture provides the right amount of drainage to hold in enough moisture to keep the plant hydrated without causing soggy roots. Poor draining soil leads to root rot, which can spell disaster for Monstera. A combination of equal parts of perlite, orchid bark, coco peat, and coco coir will also provide the drainage and nutrients that Monstera albos require. Mixing in some natural fertilizers is also a good idea and will provide an extra boost. So, how to fertilize Monstera Albo Variegata? Monstera Albo Variegata will require fertilization to keep the plant healthy. You can apply a liquid fertilizer during the plant's growing season as well as incorporate compost into its potting soil. To produce their variegated foliage, Albo require more diligent feeding than regular Monstera deliciosas. That being said, these monsteras are also susceptible to over fertilizing, so getting it just right is important. In addition to a potting mix that is enriched with the natural fertilizers, feed your plant once a month with a balanced liquid fertilizer following product label instructions. Stop feeding altogether during the fall and winter months when the plant is no longer actively growing. To promote growth, use a diluted fertilizer every 4 to 6 weeks in the months from March to September. Do not fertilize in winter months. Next, let's look at the humidity. Monstera albo is native to tropical rainforests, so it needs humidity to thrive. They do best with at least 60% humidity, which is generally higher than most household humidity levels. That means you will likely need to provide added humidity, which can be done by placing a humidifier nearby or grouping it with the other plants or moving it to a naturally humid room like a bathroom or kitchen. 60% is a good humidity level that you can maintain with a humidifier or a pebble tray. Avoid misting the leaves of these plants as it doesn't create the high humidity levels this plant needs. You can, however, use a damp cloth to gently wipe the leaves once a week to remove dust and dirt. Keep your variegated monstera in a humid climate by using a pebble tray, placing him in the bathroom or near a humidifier. Monsteras prefer humidity levels of above 50%, and the usual household humidity is between 30 to 40%. Next, let's look at pruning Monstera alba variegata. In order to properly balance the plant's variegation, you will need to prune the leaves occasionally. Examine the plant and remove any pure green or pure white leaves. Make sure to use only clean and sanitized pruning shears and discard any leaves you remove. Clean and sanitize the shears after each use to ensure you don't transfer any potential problems to your other plants. Let's look at reporting. You can report your variegated monstera every 1 to 2 years. You will know it's time to report when you notice the roots growing out of the nursery pot. How long do monsteras live? Indoor monstera plants that are well cared for can live up to 40 years. How quickly do Monstera albos grow? Due to the variegation on its leaves, which impacts photosynthesis, the Monstera albo is slow growing, especially compared to the regular Monstera deliciosa. So, this is all about the care tips. You can see my Monstera in here. I'm a proud plant parent of this stunning Monstera. I managed to grow this beautiful plant from a Monstera variegated cutting I bought online. It took me 6 months to grow this beauty, and it has produced 3 beautiful new leaves. The most important thing that helped me in this process, I believe, is its location in the conservatory and the light soil mix I bought specifically for this monstera. So, let me end up the session with a quote from Sri Kumar Rao. A plant is the most patient and forgiving teacher. Happy gardening! Thank you for watching Dream Gardens 21. Please like, share.